PayPal is a service that allows buyers to make purchases without having to pay any additional fees to do so. Generally, the sellers are the ones that pay the small fees in order for them to receive those payments. Now, once you head over to PayPal.com, scroll on down to the bottom of the page here and click on the link for fees, and that'll bring you to the page that explains all the goodies involving the fees. As you can see here, buying, always free. That's easy enough to explain. And for transferring money, it says here, usually free. A good example of this might be if you've got a child in college and you're wanting to send them some money for books or pizza, then you can do that at no cost to you, but there is a fee to them to receive that. Now actually, the fee to them is going to be higher than if you were to pay that fee to send it. For example, for them to receive, say, $100, it might cost them 70 cents. But for you to send that and them not have to pay that 70 cents, it would probably cost you, let's say, 25 cents. Now, I'm probably off on my figures, but just to give you the demonstration, it's going to cost you less to send it than if you pay the fee than for them to pay the receiving fee. Hopefully that makes sense. But here's a breakdown of those fees because they do vary if the person that's receiving that money is outside of the U.S., as explained here, and how are you funding that money that you're sending. Is it through a debit or credit card, or is it through a PayPal or bank account balance? As far as the fees involved in selling something, that's a breakdown right here. Typically, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And I think they have an example in here somewhere that if it's a $100 transaction, it works out to be about 32 cents per $100 sale. As a matter of fact, in the statements that you receive as a seller, they do lump that all together. They don't have a separate column for 2.9% and another column for 30 cents per deal. They've got it all lumped together under one column for fees. So just be aware of that whenever you get your statement. And this is a rough breakdown here of those fees, sales within the United States and international sales. As you can see, for international sales, they're going to be much more, actually 1% more, and the fixed fee is going to be 30 cents if that person that is paying you money from outside of the U.S. is sending that money in U.S. dollars. If they're sending that money in Australian dollars or euros, then it's going to go up because that fee is based on the currency received. So hopefully they're sending you that money in U.S. dollars. That way it's going to be the least amount, and that being 30 cents per deal. And if you're using the PayPal here card reader, that thing that you got stuck to the top of your iPhone or Android phone, then here's a breakdown of the fees for that. Now, for a more detailed breakdown, come on up here and click on PayPal merchant fees. And this is for the business accounts, not for the personal Premier accounts. So under the business accounts, if you have the standard, there's no additional monthly fee. If you have the advanced, then it's an additional $5 a month fee. And if you have the Pro, then that's an additional $30 a month fee on top of the per transaction fees, which, just like it is for the individual Premier account, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Unless you have some volume discounts that you can apply for. And here's a breakdown of that. Now, if you do qualify for this, in other words, you have $3,000 or more in gross monthly sales, it's not automatic to receive these deductions. You have to apply for it. And you just click on this right here. And like it says, it's a one-time application and it's subject to approval. And for additional breakdowns in other fee structures, just scroll on down further. Like, for example, the micropayment discounts. If you have average sales of less than $10 a pop, then you can qualify for the micropayment rate at 5% instead of the 2.9% plus the 5 cents instead of the 30 cents per transaction. A little bit of a breakdown here for you. And the fees involved if you're using that card reader thingy I was talking about earlier. And any additional fees, they can be broken down for you right here. And scrolling on down, you've got some additional fees and FAQs, or frequently asked questions, you can work with. And if there's any questions that you might have that are not found here, then a good spot to go to is the contact or the help section. And they're both actually taken to the same page. But if you click on that link, here you've got several links that will take you to answers generated by the staff of PayPal. And if you visit their community forum, it will require you to register one time, but that's a fantastic place to get help from other users of PayPal. And that's a look at the various fees for using PayPal as a seller or merchant and for transferring money both domestically and internationally. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.